rain all day here. I'm not able to get out. Heavy rain. No internet. I reached the city center, Nagarote. This is the bus stand, and it's a very small town, quiet town. Planning to go to the Managua, that's the capital, which is 40 kilometers. I just thought of going there just to have an experience. But I have to return in another couple of hours, otherwise there is no bus. It's a small town, but it has everything. A nice city center and a park, a hospital. It's pretty. This looks like some kind of church in the city.
Están secuestrados, sí, Dios. Aquí estoy en Managua, una señora de niño corazón. 40.
When the bus nearing the city of Managua, the capital city, it started raining again. And it was very interesting to see an Indian motorcycle dealer. When I reached the bus terminal, this is the city center bus terminal, I was shocked and I was extremely uncomfortable. The place doesn't look comfortable. It looks very shady and very dirty, and the rain makes really worst. I just want to leave this place as quick as possible. It doesn't look like a capital's central bus terminal. I took another bus and I returned back to Nagarote, and then the next day my health condition improved a little bit, my fever and my sore throat. I decided to move on to my next destination, which is Granada and Masaya. I wanted to avoid going through the city Masaya, which is the capital of Nicaragua, because of the traffic situation. Um, it was around 80 kilometers around, but I end up with going through this side.
Aquí va,
No. I was in a small town, Nagarote? Nagarote, on the way to Masaya, and I stayed in a hotel. They are so friendly. This gentleman helped me a lot, and he speaks English. So I end up with spending almost 3 days here. My bike was safe, and I really enjoyed in a small town. Thank you so much, Senior. What's your name?
Frank.
Frank. He's owner, and I think his dad. It's
Roberto.
It's a small hotel in a small town. Very beautiful, very peaceful, safe, in the middle of nowhere, small town. I really recommend this hotel. It's really great. If you want to take rest, come here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My plan was to ride from Nagarote to Granada, bypassing Managua. It was around 87 miles, but I missed one exit and I end up with riding through Managua. It was pretty. After a couple of hours of beautiful ride, even though through Managua, the ride was very beautiful. I reached the Granada. Before I come to Granada, I have booked a Airbnb, but unfortunately the address was not clear. So I was waiting in a park near a stadium. I reached out to the Airbnb The host, unfortunately, he don't have the housekeeper, so I don't get a key. I stuck without a room, and it started raining. It was pretty frustrating and very difficult. Then I managed to get another Airbnb host near the same stadium, but parking my bike was pretty hard. It was very slope, so I have to unload all my luggages in order to park my bike. And the host was a very nice, interesting lady. Though we don't have the same language, but we had a pretty good conversation. She found a way to explain everything by sign and everything. It was in the evening. I was really tired because riding in the rain and waiting for the Airbnb host everything. And I just walk around the nearby place to find some food. The host also helped where to find. So hungry, I find a small store. Amigo made a nice omelette and he's interested in my channel. Yes. Thank you. Gracias, amigo. The next day, around noon, there was a little bit of relief from the rain. The previous day night, whole night it was raining heavily. So I decided to explore Granada by, as usual, walking. Granada is a beautiful colonial town similar to Antigua Guatemala, but with the exception of better nice roads, and unfortunately, it didn't have the same popularity as Antigua. I don't know. Nicaragua government has to do something to promote the tourism. This is also very famous, but not as popular as Antigua in Guatemala. There is a lot of beautiful cathedrals. Some of them are damaged or become a ruin, but still some of them are very intact. The city is very, very nice and it's a very colonial. There is a lot of cathedrals and colonial buildings and streets. It's on the Lake Nicaragua. That's also a beauty for this. This place looks like a main touristic attraction. You see a lot of tourists here, and this looks like one of the main. This was the main city center of Granada, and there is a lot of tourists. Also, the local business depend on the tourist. The horse carts and some interesting thing. And then there is a beautiful street and which goes all the way to the lake. And the streets have the colonial, the stone road, but way better than Antigua in Guatemala. The roads are really much nicer. Then I just walked towards the lake with a lot of tourists. Noticed the street both side is a neem tree. And I have seen a lot of neem trees, especially in Nicaragua. Every house they have a neem tree. I don't know whether they know the value of neem tree, but this really looked good and it looks beautiful. But a lot of neem tree, and they trimmed it, and it's not it's a very organized neem tree. And then I reached um, the lake, which is the largest lake in Central America, the Lake Nicaragua. It was a beautiful walk, and The city is very well kept and they are very well maintaining it. On the lakeside, there is a lot of boating activities. People come and offer kayaking, boating to the nearby islands in the lake. And there is a lot of biodiversity parks, like there is a lot of natural parks in the backwater of the lake. But I didn't take anything. I just went for a long walk along the lake shore, and it was really a beautiful town or city. It's a very beautiful place, and I felt very comfortable and safe also. There is a lot of activities, depends on our interest, whether we want to take a boating or kayaking or a natural hike, and there is a lot of nearby. There is some volcano mountain also in this area. So I really had a good time, several hours of walk along the lake shore. I felt like lucky that day. I had several hours of rain break because there was a storm in all Central American countries. Almost for 10 days, every country have a heavy rain, and some of the country like El Salvador, I heard it was flooded everywhere. Luckily, I got some break, so I was able to explore the town. And along the lakeside, there is a beautiful park and some playing area also, like basketball, soccer field, and all kind of thing. And if it is not a raining, probably I would have camped here. It's a wonderful place to do a camping, and there are some nice places that you will be able to do a camp on the shore. The shore was little trashy. There is a lot of trash, but it was interesting. While walking, I noticed some of the building. It looks like it's a mud building, like a mud and straw, but they put some bricks and then mortar on top. And these buildings are standing there for like hundreds of years, and it's a very interesting to know that mud houses is last for centuries. And along the way, lot of nice cathedral, as usual, mango trees. Lot of mango just fell down from the tree. Nobody even bothered to pick it up. I have noticed it everywhere. But if you want to buy mango, it's expensive. And then the park along the shore was really beautiful. After several hours of wonderful time, I returned back to my room, Airbnb.